Welcome back to the Garden with Joy and Holly radio show. Happy that you are with us today. Time for garden questions and answers. Send it on over to gardentalkradio@gmail.com. That's gardentalkradio@gmail.com. Or jam your fingers in your mobile device or your phone and give us a call at 1-800-927-SHOW. That's 1-800-927-7469. This question is sponsored by Fleet Farm and fleetfarm.com.
I forgot to top my Brussels sprouts last month, and I'm in southeast Wisconsin, zone 5B. Is it too late, or can I still top them to get some good production?
Go ahead and top them now. You can actually, they'll withstand cold, frost, not a hard freeze, but in the zone 5, you can top them and wait for another month to harvest. Early November, you could harvest them. You're not going to get the massive return on a size as you would if you would have done it about 45 or 50 days ago, but you will get some. So go ahead and trim the tops off 6 inches off the top growth, the vertical growth of it, and that will put the plant in a stress mechanism to get it to start developing larger Brussels sprouts, larger sprouts, and then you will have decent size sprouts or better size sprouts than what you do right now. Well, let's go to the hotline, Holly, and we've got a question from Tim, who listens to us on WJOL 1340 AM out of the Joliet area.
Hi, my name is Tim. We live about 50 miles south of Chicago in Wilmington, Illinois, and I was wondering, I need to plant some grass. Should I do it now or should I wait till spring? And the other thing is, I keep getting a bunch of mushrooms in this one area of my yard. Is there any way of getting rid of them? Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to the program. And for the grass planting, Holly?
Yeah, so for the grass planting, you want to plant your grass now. You can do it again in the spring, but what you would do is you would you could weed it. You want to seed and feed your lawn in the fall. So you seed and feed your lawn in the fall. If it's necessary, seed it. If it's not necessary, you can feed it. And then come spring, you'll have an idea of maybe if you need to plant more grass, seed or reseed or whatever. For the mushrooms, what you want to do is you want to pluck them out because those mushrooms create more spores.
When you do that, you use gloves because you don't know if your toxic things, your hands are toxic, or these mushrooms are toxic or not.
Yeah, and then you want to throw them away. Then if you want to, you could aerate the soil if that's not something you want to do. There are many ideas where you could do something where you use vinegar on that grass and you just take about 2 tablespoons per gallon of water and spray that area. If it's a low-lying area, then those mushrooms will likely to keep returning because they have that perfect wet, moist condition. So you want to either, if you could, somehow, I don't know, lay some soil down and then seed that to kind of raise it a little bit. If that's not an option, just definitely keep any pets or children away from that area and continue to pluck the mushrooms as soon as they come up because that will help reduce the mushrooms a lot.
The spores.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to WAAM 1600 AM out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ilona has a question for us.
This is Ilona from Highland, Michigan. And my question is, how do you get rid of moss? We have a gravel driveway, and with all the rain that we've had here in Michigan, the moss is taking over. It looks like a green carpet. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right. We appreciate you listening to the program over there in Michigan. And your driveway is a green carpet now. So there is an application of organic matter in which you can do here, Holly.
Yes, you can mix 2 to 3 tablespoons of baking soda with 1 quart of water or 1 cup of baking soda with 1 gallon of water.
Repeat that again slowly for all of us.
3 tablespoons for 1 quart, 3 tablespoons of baking soda for 1 quart, or 1 cup for 1 gallon. What you do is that you go out there, you mix this up, and you shake
in a pump sprayer, or you could probably do it in a watering can of some sort.
A sprayer is best.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to help you apply it nice and evenly. So you mix it up, and then you just spray the moss directly. And the nice thing about this is that if you have a gravelly driveway, it's going to settle into those grooves and help get rid of the moss. But you can also kind of break it up too with like a garden rake or like a garden rake.
Just drag it over to disrupt the current layer of rock that you've got sitting there.
I mean, don't like totally rake your whole driveway, but kind of mix it up a little bit. Agitate it and then spray
Poke at it.
And then spray that. If you have a flat driveway, that's not going to work. But since you have a gravelly driveway, you can kind of mix it up a little bit. But either way, spraying the baking soda water combination should get rid of it. Because it has an acid in it.
Yeah, it may have to have a couple of applications for such, but especially if it rains, a little while after, you want to make sure there's no chance of rain there. Okay, I've planted a lot of kale and I have been harvesting it slowly. When is the final time for me to harvest it? I've heard it still survives frost and a light freeze. I want to keep using the fresh kale as long as possible.
Well, this is kind of a choose your own adventure. Unless you get a hard freeze, it's going to keep doing its thing.
You can use floating row covers to help protect it on those cold nights.
Yeah, you can use floating row covers. You could just wait it out, see what happens. I know this particular person, and they grow the kale because they really enjoy the kale, and the fresh kale, and obviously saves you money. So, yeah, you can do those things, and then once it does hard freeze, it might do well. It just depends.
If you know it's going to hard freeze, for example, tonight, go in there and just cut everything ground level and bring it in the house. And you can blanch it, you can freeze it. But if you're going to use it in smooth or whatever, you got a few days shelf life. But go ahead and mow it down to the ground to get everything out you can, in case when that hard freeze comes.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.